Damn, this thing is so fast. You hear that? Weird sound. Well, what could be the craziest purchase I have ever made in my adult life. In this box is my brand new eRide Pro 3.0. Guys, I can't tell you how excited I am about this. I have unboxed a ton of e-bikes and a ton of regular bikes, but never an eMoto. Holy balls. I don't know what I'm doing with this. There's a high probability that I'm an idiot right now. I feel like one. I think I'm just so damn excited. Finally got it fully built up. There were a few little kind of odds and ends to this bike that I just wasn't expecting coming from a regular biking world or an e-mountain bike world. For one, this bike is extremely heavy. If you're used to EMTBs or you're used to, say, regular mountain bikes, this thing is massively heavy, like well over 100 pounds over my heaviest EMTB. I did already take it around the yard a few times. My camera angle wasn't set up properly, so I haven't put hardly any time on this. So you guys are gonna get kind of like the first look at what it's like for me to ride one of these. And I'm gonna give you my honest opinions of what I think going from an e-mountain bike is to an eMoto, and what I think of this particular bike and what I think could probably be a little bit better. All right, let's get on this thing and let's ride. All right, so we got it in park. There is a park button right over here, which is really nice. I don't know if I've got this set up right. I feel like maybe I need to twist this a little bit. I'm not really sure. But one thing I did notice on the screen here, you've got all kinds of different temperature sensors. This is a battery temperature sensor. It looks like it's in Celsius. I haven't figured out how to change it to Fahrenheit. But then you've got the motor temperature and then the controller temperature. That's really cool to see. So you can kind of see if your bike is getting too hot or if it's being pushed a little bit too hard or if it's too cold. I did have an experience with the battery being too cold to charge, and I'll go over that here in just a few minutes. But it looks like the Trip A and Trip B reset every single time you go out on a ride. My odometer shows 2 miles, just taking it around my yard. I guess I took it a little bit further than what I thought I did, and I've learned a ton about the suspension on here. I'm not sure if this is really actually high-end suspension. After doing some research, I feel like this version of the Fast Ace suspension is just kind of mediocre. So I don't know, we're gonna have to see. But I've got this in eco mode, which is way too fast for me right now. I wish that they would get this thing to work with the app, because there is a Bluetooth dongle inside the bike here that eventually this bike will be able to connect up to the eRide Pro app from what I've been told. But yeah, enough talk. Let's put this thing in ready to go mode or drive mode. Got it in eco, and then this just indicates that it's ready. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna take you guys around my yard. All right. A little bit easier to kind of get the feel for it than what it was the first time I got on this. Back end feels a little bit squishy, but that could be the yard because we've just got rid of all the snow that was in our area. So the ground is a little bit soft. Ooh, it does feel a little bit squishy. Let me check the back tire. Hopefully there's not a flat. Nope, it's just squishy. I think I need to do some research to figure out what the optimal tire pressure is on this. And whoa, okay. This thing just whipped out from under me. Holy cow. Okay, this is so much power. I guess you can learn, but wow, I just kind of spun out there myself, and whew, that was interesting. All right, let's take it on this gravel. I honestly don't think I've gotten this thing above 30 miles an hour. It is, it feels really slippery, I guess is the best way to put it. Maybe that's why people put their foot out whenever they ride motos. I'm gonna take you through my backyard trail. This is a mountain bike trail, so this is a super big bike to have back here. It's a little bit, a little bit muddy. You know, this is the second time I've been on this, and the first time I got on it, I was terrified of it. And I can tell you right now, I feel much more confident being that this is the second time I've been on it than what I did the first time. And I'm assuming that that's just to be expected. I'm still super cautious, guys. Remember, I am new at this. If you watch me ride my mountain bike through the trails, I can whip through the trails pretty dang quick. Faster than I would say the average person, but definitely nowhere as fast as some of the other people that I know, or as fast as like a pro. But I feel like I'm gonna get the hang of this relatively quickly. It's just getting used to it. And the main thing that I need to do is I need to first get the suspension set up right. And that's one thing I do wanna kind of go over on my channel, of like my experience with this suspension, setting it up, tuning it up. So watch out for a video about that. I did, oh my gosh, it's just sliding all over this mud. I don't know if these tires are good or bad or not good, but man, let's look at this. Ooh, yeah, don't ride muddy trails. Look what I'm doing to my trails. Okay, let's get off the trails because I do not want to destroy the trails. There is mud all over my tires. Okay, wow, 160 pounds on soft trails. Whoa, yeah, it's just eating up. It is, look at that, it's just leaving a mess. That's why these bikes should not go on mountain bike trails. This is my backyard trail, so I can kind of do whatever the heck I want. These things will destroy a mountain bike trail. I mean, they are just ripping through mine. I'm definitely getting a little bit more comfortable. Gotta get all this mud off these tires. I wish my trail was a little bit in better shape. I could kind of get back there and ride it. But let's just try to get some of this mud off these tires. This is as fast as I've gotten it. 40 miles an hour, 41. That's in eco mode. I don't even want to break it out of sport mode yet, guys. This thing is very, very powerful. Very, very scary. Scary powerful for somebody who's not used to it. We're gonna get around this corner and get back. I'm not sure how my local sheriff and stuff would feel about this bike. Damn, this thing is so fast. You hear that? Weird sound. I don't know if that's normal or not. But man, this thing is so much fun. I was like really freaked out about it, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was really freaked out about this thing. Like I was like, I don't know if I should have bought this. But my second ride, oh my gosh. Okay, I got a little bit more used to the throttle. I feel a little bit more confident. I think as I keep going with this, I'm gonna get more confident and just really enjoying it. These things felt awful in the mud, which was a very light mud. So whenever I get this out actually on a real trail, I'm super worried about these tires. They caked up really bad. I think that's probably gonna be the first thing I'm gonna upgrade. Does anybody have any suggestions? Because the back tire's an 18 and the front tire's a 19. I know there's lots of 19-inch tires out there, but I don't know that there's a lot of 18-inch tires that will fit on this bike. I would love to have any suggestions you have for trail riding tires, because that's what I want to do. All right, so my experience with the eRide Pro SS 3.0 has been absolutely fun. I've only taken this out in my backyard a couple of times. I've got probably about 5 to 6 miles on this so far, but overall, my first eMoto experience has been super positive. I'm super excited about trying out this category of riding. It's a good step into motocross style riding for me. This will open up so many different trails in my area that I can't take an e-mountain bike on. I'm gonna take this out on a couple of single track trails locally, and I also wanna take it out on some double track trails with my father-in-law. He's got a side-by-side. So I'm gonna take this on a lot of off-road adventures. And I don't think you see a lot of channels out there right now that are producing off-road adventures. A lot of them are producing just driving around their neighborhood or downtown in cities. And that leads me to the biggest thing is these tires. I've got to swap these tires out. These are not gonna be good for off-road use. Just getting a little bit of dirt and mud in them really caked on. These are designed, I think, specifically for more on-road use with light gravel and maybe some dry dirt roads. But if you get into any type of mud or dirt, I quickly realized these things pack up really, really fast. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for some new tires really quickly. In a couple of videos, I am going to wrap the frame of this. I got a really cool wrap. I believe I bought it from a company called EDC, and it's an orange wrap that I just got the frame wrap. I didn't get the full wrap because I didn't want to overdo it. I'm gonna be curious to see how it sticks because this is a rougher surface than what I had expected, but they've been making these for these bikes for quite a while, and I assume it's gonna work really, really well. Now, one thing I do want to address that I talked about earlier in the video was the battery not charging in cold weather. Well, I received the bike on literally a 0-degree day, and I had it in my garage. I tried to heat my garage up as much as I possibly could, but the battery still did not get warm enough to actually start charging. After a little bit of research, I did discover that if the battery is too cold or too hot, it will not charge. So this is a common thing if you go out and ride this bike really, really hard and you instantly come back and try to charge it right away without letting the battery sit for a while. The battery management system inside the battery will prevent that from happening. A lot of people online seem to not like this feature, but I do appreciate the fact that eRide Pro put in a really aggressive battery management system in here because any excess heat or not enough heat can cause damage to the batteries and cause these things to do things that you don't want them to do, like catch fire. So having a battery that has a really good battery management system in it that is controlling when and how you can charge the battery is a good thing. It is limiting, but coming from the e-bike world, it's nice to see that this battery has some safety features. Now, I haven't heard a lot of other channels talk about the UL certification on this battery. This battery does in fact have a UL certification, so you know that it's gonna be safe to use, like charging it in your house or in your garage. UL certifications are gonna be something that we're gonna be seeing on a lot of e-bikes and a lot of eMotos in the coming years. They're starting to crack down on that because of all the concern with house fires, apartment fires, things like that. But with a UL certification, it means that it met a certain requirement of safety. So that's a really good thing to see. I also noticed that it was stamped with IPX7 rating on it. That means that it's waterproof and can be submerged up to 30 minutes, up to 3 meters. I don't recommend it. eRide Pro doesn't recommend it. They actually say in the manual, do not submerge the battery for obvious reasons. With a stamp of IPX7 certification, you can pretty much guarantee that this battery is not going to get damaged from riding it through trails, through rain, through water crossings. Now, there may be other components on this that are not quite that high of waterproofing, but it's nice to see the most expensive component on the bike is IPX7 certified. So there's a lot of things that I'm learning that translate over from my e-mountain bike world to this eMoto world, but there's a lot of stuff that I am definitely learning. For instance, the suspension, I'm gonna have to work on tuning that up. I did learn a good deal about the Fast Ace fork and the Fast Ace rear shock. So I'm gonna be doing that in an upcoming video. So if you guys wanna see that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But overall, I am so excited to be part of the eMoto world. Trying this out is gonna be a ton of fun. If you guys want to see a newbie in the eMoto world kind of explore this and go on some adventures with me, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in e-mountain bikes, regular mountain bikes, or just e-bikes in general, go check out my other channel. I'll put a link down below. That's called Run Bike Mike. You can kind of see the engraving on the wall back here. But for this channel, it's gonna be strictly eMotos. So if you guys are as excited about these bikes as I am, join me on this awesome adventure. Hit that subscribe button. Make this small channel grow. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you guys wanna pick one up, check out RevRides. I'll put some links down below. There's a coupon code that they should be giving you free pegs if you purchase an eRide Pro SS 3.0. But I need to get more details on that. But once that's ironed out, I'll put that coupon code next to the link down below if you guys decide to do that. Yeah, lots of fun, lots of adventures to come. But as always, get out there and ride your eMoto.
We get to it, yeah.